into load shedding. Kicked in.
Oh, good. So you come into the light.
Yes, we just came on again. Guys, welcome everybody. Tonight I'm going to go through a different way of putting a Meishi card together. I'm not going to just do the basics. I'm going to go through what you would do if somebody that you are going to build a card for has a website. So in other words, it's going to be utilizing the website to populate the card. It's very easy, much easier than trying to build your PDFs and stuff like that to embed. So it's much easier just to take the URLs and place them in the different things. But if you can just give me 2 seconds, I just need to do one more task here, because I was inundated with calls because I had to go into town today. When I got back, I couldn't prepare this thing because I was running around getting the connectivity right in case we stayed longer. So if you can just give me 2 seconds quickly, I'll be with you in a moment. Are there any questions so far for the people that have been here already? If you need to know anything. Okay, there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Okay. So if you take a look at when you get into Meishi, once you log into your Meishi. Now remember, for the people that haven't logged into their Meishi side yet, it is the same details that you used on Dreams to log into your Dreams. You log into your Meishi with the same login details. So once you log in into your Meishi back office, you'll get this is your dashboard. So on your dashboard, it just has a summary of everything that's inside of Meishi. So it is who you are, and if you want to create another Meishi app, you create it here. How many Meishi apps you have already created. This is if you are using the appointment system on your card, and it'll show you how many appointments are pending. So once you log in, you know that you have to go check your appointments if you see any pending here. And this is for staff. You don't have to worry about that one. And all your appointments will be registered here and broken down on the different days. This one also just shows how many people have logged into your Meishi and from what browsers, and Firefox, Chrome, Safari, and so anybody that's logged into your card. And these are the devices that they've been using. So that's WebKit, other Bot2, iPhone. Okay, this is a new one, so it won't have many, but you'll see there are bots also logging in. And this is just your storage, just shows you how much of your storage has been used already. Down the side here is your Meishi apps. This is to create a new Meishi app. These are all your current Meishi apps. These are if you are running in a business. I'm not talking about a corporate one. I'm talking about if you are running like a person's taken a 15 card as an agent, or as a $10 agent or a $15 agent. These gives you can assign different roles to people that are building the card, that are doing the card. So you have your users and then the roles that are assigned to them. These don't get used much, I'll be honest with you. NFT cards, that's If you want to purchase an NFT card, you just click on there and you can purchase the NFT card. NFT card is similar to what you use on your bank card when you go tap on to pay. This one, if you tap on somebody's phone, your app gets downloaded onto their phone or gets put on their phone that they can download it. So that is what NFT is, so that you can actually get a card for that. Yeah, all your appointments. So all your appointments will be under this section and it'll be listed there under date, time, and the business name. And the business name is the name of the card that you're using. So if you got 15 cards and you got appointments on different ones, it'll name them all here. Then your contact is similar to appointments. This just gives, if people click on your contact button on your card, I will show you when we're busy building the card, that contact button is actually a lead generation form. So if you are into networking, or if you do shows or anything, like maybe at the CTRCC, or you're an estate agent and you're doing a show house, you can put your card there on your tablet and open the contact page, and you can list all the people that have come to view. And they can leave messages as well. When you go on the contacts, you can leave a message. Interested in a house in this area at this price, or I'm very interested in this house. Can we chat? You know, all those are the messages that people will read, and you can action them from here. So you can actually get back to the person, contact them, and then you can also show the status. You can say resolved, follow up, all those type of things that you can put in here as well. Then your calendar will fall in with your appointments section as well. And all your appointments will be shown on the calendar in the section as well. Then remember, when Bruce talks about the second income stream in Meishi, he's talking about this one. This is for companies that do not want their people to get into network marketing. They want them to focus on what they are doing in their business. And you have cards from $29 right up to $4,000. And then it's all the different amounts of cards. So this is 500 apps, 250 apps, 50 apps, 10 apps, 4 apps, 2 apps, and 1 app. So these are all the different cards people can use for different companies. Like, for instance, as he mentioned, one of the banking fraternities here in South Africa take up to 50,000 cards per annum from us, and using them to their full potential as well. Then obviously your dreams things are also here as well, in case the people see this and they want to go into dreams, they can also sign up through this section as well. But the main focus on this under the plans is for the actual business part of Meishi. And then the last section here is just your settings. That's just to set up what you want on your app. So in other words, your color variations and that, I don't mess with all those type of things. Google Calendar, I still need to work this out. I haven't worked this out yet. And then these are all for your emailing and stuff like that. You can put all your host servers and mail ports in here as well, that your mails can get forwarded. Then this is the one that gets used most under the settings. This is your favicon. Now your favicon is the icon that shows up in your tab at the top here. So if you've got many tabs open, and normally people have hundreds of tabs and they pin them to the top there, so you can quickly find your Meishi app by just using a favicon of your choice. But if it's your company or if it's whatever, you'll have your favicon in. These light logo and dark logos, you can also put your logos in there of your company. Some people have light logos and dark logos. You can put them all in there as well. So that is just a settings for what you are using on your Meishi back office. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm going to start off creating a new Meishi app. So I'm going to put here task. So house. Oh, I think it's spelled like this. Task. Let me just make sure. I will check that later. Then I'm going to choose a theme. So don't forget to always put in your Meishi app name. I often forget it, and I choose my theme. And by the time I get to go and create, it just reloops and goes back again. Then you have to start all over again. So there I've created my theme. I've created my app. So what I do now is I go into the Meishi app. I go into the Meishi app side, and here are all my themes and all the things that I've put together. So I'm going to click on the house of task. Okay. Now the house of task, and no, it's task, not tasks. Let me just make sure here. I'll change that under details. Just a second. Okay, so it's the house of task. Save changes. Now it's not going to let me save, but I'll get back to that just now. So the house of task is a project development for interior designing. So yeah, is their website. I'm just going to go back to their home section. So once their website, you have the website, it is very easy to put the card together from there. Okay. So what we do first of all, the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to choose a banner. Okay. Now I've already created a banner. So I'm going to just put the House of Task banner in already. And then I'm going to put a happy smiley face of myself in there. So let me just find a good happy smiley face of myself. Let's just put Bruce in there. It'll be easier. Okay. So it's the House of Task that's in there. And before you do anything, once you've added your banner and your logo, you hit save. If you do not save, it's going to break out. Okay. So that is all saved. Now I've got Bruce is in here. I've got the House of Task. Now I'm going to change the title and I'm going to leave it as House of Task, and the designation, instead of putting the designation, I'm going to put Bruce. Okay. Then under subtitle, I'm going to put CEO. Okay. So it's the House of Task, Bruce Koenig, and his title. So that has all been put in there. So then I click save. And I'm just going to show you how easy it is from using a website and then starting from scratch. So now once I've done that, I need to put in a description. So where's the best place to get a description about a company? Is under About Us. So when I click on About Us, we just have to wait until the internet gives us a bit of a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this section here, and I'm going to paste that in under my description. So there's all the stuff I need in there already. So About Us, that's what the company is about. And I simply click save. So there I've got the banner in, I've got the profile picture, I've got his description, and I've got the About Us. That's done already. Okay, don't have to worry about anything more. Now I need to put in contact details. So I'm just going to add contact details. So first of all, you want a phone number in there, obviously. So I'm just going to put in a phone number. Then we're going to need a WhatsApp, because people always contact on the WhatsApp. If the WhatsApp number is the same, you can put it in. If not any different, you can put in the different email address. So what we're going to do now is then we're going to go to email, and we're going to put in email. I'm just going to use this one for now. It's just for, I'm not going to put the actual company's stuff in because I didn't save them all. So there's the information. So I've got a telephone number, I've got a WhatsApp number, and I've got the email address. So that is slowly but surely building the company portfolio up for yourself. Then you need, because it is a company that does operate during the week, and they have got fixed times. So you know this company operates Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and they start from 9. Sorry, this is a manual, unfortunately. And they close at 1700. And yeah, they close at 1400. Okay, so the time's in, I click Save Changes. So when you look at the card now, you've got the business hours, you've got the contact details, and all that is in. Now, you don't worry about the order this is in. We can change it, as you know, but under the reorder blocks. Now we're going to look at appointments. They are not going to run appointments because it's a retail shop. People come into to them. So they're not going to use appointments. So I'm not going to put appointments in. Then we're going to look under services. Now, what are we going to put under services? So we start off first and we upload a image for the services. So I've got a little house of task there. And then I go to the website itself and I look at it. Now, the first thing is about us, and the first is our projects. So you simply copy that URL that you got at the top there. You go to the bottom under purchase link and you paste that in there. Then you fill in the difference. Then you put in our projects. You don't have to put a description in because our projects is a description. But if you want to put a description in, by all means, okay? And then you just say, click here, okay? Then we sign, save it. So once that's saved, you can also go to view over here. So you click over there and it's going to show you house of task. There, the services, the business hours, the contact information. Okay, so that is all up to date there. Now we're going to go to the second thing now. So we've got our projects. The next one, interior design services. So all you do is you click on there. And once it changes, then you can copy this. Copy, go back, go to services, add a service. We're going to just be using the same logo all the time because it is all the same. And this is, let me just put this here first. Paste. And then I'm going to just, what did they say? This is, design services. I'm just going to put your title is design services. And then click here. Save. Once that saves, you will see why I don't like always putting, if I do put in a description, what I like to see, and it's only my preference, everybody's different, but I like to see my block symmetrical. So and everything is lined up and the same size. So in other words, if I put in a description here, I must have similar wording or the same amount of words in there just to keep it balanced. Or else one block's going to be bigger than the other and it just just catches the eye awkwardly, if you put it that way. Okay, so you get the gist of this. So I'll go to the next one, and the next one is going to be workshop services. So I'll click on workshop services. Okay, so once you got the workshop services, you'll copy that. Go back to Meishi. Click there. Paste. Upload. Workshop services. Enter here. And we save. Okay, and then the last one that we're going to put on there is we go back there and we're going to put the blog. Now we've already got our contact details in, so we don't need to put the contact details in. So you will click on the blog, because sometimes people want to go see what the blog is about. And we just copy that. Let's go back. Meishi services. Blog. Click here. Paste. And then we don't forget to save. There it's saved. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next thing, which is the products. Now, what you need on the products is the same as services, but there are a few different things. Okay, so I'm going to just put the house of task. I'm going to put the title, our products. The reason why I'm putting our products, because I got a few products. The currency, don't worry about the currency as long as it's in rands or R. I think it's at the bottom is the rand. You enter price, so the price doesn't matter. You can put in any price because the price is going to be different. So I'm going to put in here. I'm actually, you know what? I'm doing this wrong. Excuse me. We don't have to put it under product. We can actually put it under services as well and just put in our product, because or else we have to use the other link. My mistake, sorry. Not thinking again. Our products. Click here, and then you will put in this shop. Now what will happen here, I'm just going to copy this and I can show you. Once they click on the link, it's going to go to this page. So all they're going to do is they're going to click on the product and it takes them to a payment portal. So they can add to cart. And then they can pay on the link or the payment portal of the website. So you don't have to put in a separate payment link. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this link in there, paste, and I'm going to save. Okay, so now we've got everything that the website has on here, just to make it easier for people to see. Then I just don't have any videos of theirs or anything like that, but that can be added. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the House of Task, and we're going to go back to Contact Us. Okay, so it's there. So all I do is I copy that, open a different tab, go to my Google Maps, paste that in there. You can see it's in there, so we can take it a bit bigger, then right click. Sorry, man. Where am I going? Share. Embed map. Copy HTML. Go back to your Meishi. Go to Google Maps. Switch it on. Paste it. Save. Okay. So that's about enough information that we can put on there. You can always add videos. You can always add pictures and things like that. That is fairly easy to do. But this is just to get the crux of your business out there. So people can find you. They can contact you. They can see your products. They can see your services. That's what the people want to do. Okay. So then we're going to look at the next thing. Remember, when you're building your card, you always start from left to right. You go to custom. This JavaScript and CSS is for changing your card, the look and feel of your card inside. It's a bit more involved. I'm also learning this, but it is a bit more advanced training, but you can always do it. Like I keep on saying, I want to start advanced training on Saturdays, but it is fairly difficult and to explain to people. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get bits of code that you can put in that will try and make it easier for people as well. But the only thing I want to change here is I want to take out Meishi. So Meishi won't appear on there, and I'm going to put the House of Task. Save changes. Okay. So that's changed the bottom of the card now. Now it doesn't say, let me just go here quickly. It doesn't say a Meishi at the bottom. It says House of Task, and here's your Google Maps in there. So people just click on there and on their phone, and it'll open up their Google Maps and take them to the place. And you can have multiple ones. If you've got different shops, you can have multiple Google Maps there. So if you have maybe 2 or 3 shops in a area, you can put 2 or 3 so that people can navigate to the closest one or the one that they want to go to. Then remember what I said, now I want to reorder my blocks. So I'll click on reorder blocks. Now, more is those 3 buttons: share card, contact, and save card. Those are those 3 buttons that come up. Now, more I don't want at the top. Okay, I want my description at the top. Okay, after my description, I want my contact details, because people are going to read about it, and then they're going to want your contact details. Now, once you have your contact details, you want people to understand what times you are open. Okay, then you can put your times open. The next thing you want to put in there will be your services. I'd actually put services under there, and then your business hours, you can, this is your choice, okay? I rather prefer to put it underneath there. After that, my product, I put it under there, so that's closed. And then your Google Maps at the bottom. Okay, so more I want to put just before, just under contact details. So in other words, if you want to share the card with somebody that's in your contact list, you just click on share, click on WhatsApp, and you can send it to that person. Or they click on there, the QR code opens, the person that you're speaking to can scan the QR code and download the app to his phone. Okay, so that is all settled. And then don't forget save card. Now we're going to go to the SEO, search engine optimization. Now I only learned this a couple of days ago. I kept missing the whole thing. I'm going to put in no. Now, why did my household task disappear? This normally happens. Downloads. Oh, there's. Okay, so that picture that you have there is, I forgot to tell you, your banner is 1,600 pixels by 1,200 pixels. Your profile photo is 512 by 512. And this picture, even though it's elongated, is also 512 by 512. Now, that's the picture that comes up when you send it via WhatsApp or Telegram or Facebook. That's the picture that will come up, the House of Task. Then you're going to put in your meta words. I'm just going to put in a few design, households. Okay, so, and you can put anything there, interior decorating, whatever you need to put in there for your meta words. And then what I normally do is I go back to about us. I go back to about us, and it's not changing. Something happened. About us. Why is it not changing? Adrian, are you still there? Adrian?
Yes, I'm here. I'm watching you.
No, it's not that. It's just I thought my internet dropped.
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay, I can't get it there. So all I do is I go back to details, and I'm just going to take that, and I'm going to put it in there. So formerly Task Interior Styling, House of Task was founded 2026 by interior stylist and businesswoman Mali Langa. So I've got my meta words in there. I've got the meta description, and then that meta description will come under the picture when you send it on WhatsApp, Facebook, or whatever social media that you're using. That will come under the description. So then I click save. Now that's your search engine optimization. Your meta keywords it's very important to put the right keywords in there. So you'll put your name in there definitely, because when people search for you and you've got your company, your name and everything, it just narrows down the search and it will point it directly to you. So your meta words are very important to have in. Then we're going to go to PWA, which is your progressive web app. Now, what this is about, this is whatever changes that you make in your dashboard at any time will change on all the apps that have been downloaded. So in other words, you don't have to, if you make any changes, they change instantaneously on all the apps around you. That is why this part is very important. So your progressive web app must be switched on. Your app title must be put in. So it's the House of Oh, here I go again. Okay, House of Task. Okay, so it's in. Copy that, and the app name is the same, House of Task. Simply save changes. Now, this is a very important step, and this is a very important link. Never come back. Once you've got this far, never come back and change this link at any stage. If you do change that link for any reason, your QR code is going to change and your QR code will become redundant. So in other words, if you've gone and you've printed QR codes and you've put it all over your car and stuff like that, that QR code is redundant. So don't touch this. Once you're going to start printing QR codes and putting them on your cars and stuff like that, don't touch this thing, because if you do touch this URL, you have to go back to PWA. You have to switch it off, refresh, switch it on, refresh, and start again. But your QR code is going to change, so you're going to lose your original QR code. So don't ever mess with that link. That link is very important. Okay. Okay, so I see the Prince of Darkness has got Brent now. So he's gone. Okay, cookies. I don't worry about cookies. And then your QR code. This is important. QR code you can put in text in your QR code. So in other words, I can put the House of Task. I can put it in there like that, or I can put an image in. I'm just going to keep the House of Task, this one in there. Just remember, if you make it bigger, first pick up your phone, scan that QR code to see if that QR code works. So in other words, once that QR code is at that size, that you've got the people in, the word in or your image in, so you go to your QR code scanner, you click on the scanner, and you scan that. If it comes up that it can read the URL, then it's the right size. But first check it with your phone, and if it works, then it's fine. Then you don't have to look at the size and stuff like that. But if you look at the size with the picture and with the text, I would not go over a third. Under a third, to keep it that way. Okay. The last one, which we don't have to cover here now, is just your payment method. This is if you have got a Yoko account and you are selling products and stuff like that. This is where you set your payment details or your payment portal up for your different products. It is not advisable if you've got hundreds of products, because it's not going to work. This is just for a small time business, like maybe a consultant that has got a fixed fee on consulting, that he can put 1 or 2 or different times in an hour or 2 hours or whatever. Or if you a guy that sells detergents and stuff like that, and you've got 3 or 4 products, that is fine for this, but not for something that you've got 20, 30 products. It's going to make it quite difficult. Okay, you rather look at e-commerce website for that. Okay, so that is there. So how you check everything now is you go back to the view everything. It's got the House of Tasks, got the banner on. It's got your explanation, your description, contact information, your 3 little blocks, your business times, all your services and your products are all in here. So when you click on it, on each one, it'll go into that. So in other words, if I go in on this one and I click on there, it goes to the House of Task and it'll open up that website. I'm going to close there just to make it easier. Okay, so then we'll go straight to that project. Okay, so I'm just going to go back. So it goes back there. So each and every one. So if I'm going to click on products, I'll click on the products. It's going to take me to the product section of that website, and I can purchase my products on there. So all that is in there. So you've got a functional business card with your description, with your all your details that you need, with the GPS, your location, your Google Maps on here. All you'd have to do on this thing to round it off is to put a few pictures in there and a couple of videos, and then you'll have a functioning app. So that is as quickly it's taken us without the delays, it would take you about 30 minutes to put that card together. So it's not difficult. It's not rocket science. It's when you have to build a card from scratch where the people don't have a website or anything like that, that does take a bit longer, because it's all the information that you have to compile, put together, form your PDFs and stuff like that, and embed them. But it is not difficult if there is a website to work from. So all you are doing is you're copying the URL, you're pasting it in, you're putting your pictures in, you're putting your videos in. Then on the advanced stuff, you can change the background of this. You can put GIFs in and all those type of things. Those are moving pictures. You can put them all in there, and that will enhance your card. Okay, are there any questions?
Well, I don't really have a question, but
Yeah.
just to say that very informative, but the learning curve is a bit steep. Still much to learn, and
Harry,
maybe-
I thought that in the beginning myself, okay, but it looks like a lot, but it's not. It really isn't. If
okay.
you come in on the call next week, that is where I show you the basic. Okay, so in other
Okay.
words, just putting in your banner, putting in your profile picture, putting in your contact details, that's all you need. You understand? So each week I do a different section. This is for
Okay.
people that already have websites that we load the
Okay.
website on. So
Okay.
but it really isn't difficult.
Could you perhaps, I don't know if that's within your area, assist a person, in designing or coming up with a website, or refer a person, give a person some advice where to go to in setting up a website?
If you look, there are web developers that do that. I'm not a web developer myself. I can point you to a couple. You can choose whoever you want to use, but contact me. I'm on the Telegram group, and I can maybe point you in the right direction.
I invited
Okay.
Harry. I will talk to
Okay,
him.
Adrian.
Yeah, I'll speak to Adrian. Thanks.
Okay,
Thanks.
perfect, 100%. Any other body with a question?
Bruce, sorry, Rob, I've sent you a WhatsApp.
Yes, I know that, but on the phone it'll do that, Adrian. But I'm just using this as an example at the moment. But
Okay.
what I can do is with CSS I can change this whole thing that drops down. You
Okay.
understand? So this, and also what I can do is the background behind Bruce I can make transparent, so the logo will come through.
Okay.
So there are different ways to change it as well.
Another question for Henk,
Yes.
for Henk's behalf. What part of the programming that you did now allows the logo, the picture of Bruce, to appear on the card? When you send the card from phone to phone to appear there. He made his card, but the picture doesn't appear.
Yeah, let me show you what you must check. Just let me share the thing again. So when you are here in the card, you go to SOE. This is the picture. If you want to put his picture in there, okay, you can use that picture. This is for the picture that gets sent. So in other words, let me just show you what I mean by that. So if I'm going to put Bruce's picture in there, now Bruce's picture will be in there. I click Save Changes. If I send that card to you now, okay, Bruce's picture will come up. And let me show you what I mean by that. I'm going to copy this URL. Okay, and I'm going to just, sorry, I just want to paste. No, sorry, let me just stop sharing. Share. Okay, so I've got your, let me just move this across here. You can see the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that card link and I'm sending it to you, Adrian.
Okay.
Now you can see I've changed the SEO and there's
Yeah.
Bruce's picture. So if I send that to you now, there's Bruce's picture. If I
Okay.
change this picture back to the House of Task, downloads. So I change that one, save changes. I just hope it does it now, but because sometimes if you do it, it's in the cache. Let me just see if it does it. Yes, okay. So you see, I changed the picture under SEO.
Okay.
So when
Okay.
you change the picture in SEO, that's the picture that comes up.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
I see user is unmuted. Does he have a question?
User? No, I don't think so. I think we lost a couple of people due to load shedding. I think Jabat also wanted to chat, but I think she's also under load shedding.
She's in Paul.
Yeah.
Can she talk to you direct?
She can, but at 9 o'clock, I've got another call that I have to be on.
Tomorrow.
So tomorrow, I'll be available. I've got 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. At about between 11:30 and 12, I've got a gap if she can phone me.
Thank you.
Okay. Guys, anything else? Anything else you want to know?
I enjoyed the presentation you did today. It gave me some ideas. Thank you very much. That's a different approach. Thank you.
Now, people ask me about it, Adrian. That's why I said how you design from a website, because a couple of people said, you know, they have their own website. I'm just going to stop the recording quickly.